Hi Source Beings. The title for this video is going to be called How to Feel Good. Okay, so let me start off. This is going to be a multi-part video, so I'm going to probably compile a few clips together, just because part of it is going to be a paper teaching, and I want to also upload that as a separate video. But for now, I'm just going to kind of talk based off my notes. So how do we feel good? Okay. So first we must realize that all our desires are based off the past. Every single one of them. Maybe not every single one of them, but I would say like 99% of them, you know? Whether, like, let's say, you know, you had a really good food, like, think about your favorite food, right? Where does that exist? It exists in your mind. It doesn't really exist right now. You're thinking about the past. So that's what I call a desire, right? And that's the biological desire. So basically we have basically three levels, right? I like to do things in threes for some reason. So we have a desire, actually I would even say maybe even four. We have a physical desire, we have mental desires, we have soul desires, and then we have spirit desires, but I don't even say our spirit has desires. I'm not really sure. Let me get right down to it. So basically desire is based on the past, right? So if you want to feel good, just focus on feeling good inside your own heart, and you won't have to focus on so much of the specifics of your reality that do manifest when you're feeling good. Just don't be attached to what you do manifest. So like, let's say you're feeling really good, you're meditating, and your third eye is completely focused on your heart right here, and let's say you manifest, oh, there's something good that I liked, some experience in the past, or some experience I'm having right now. I'm having this experience, so I'm having this experience. So just enjoy the experience. So enjoy the experience. Be grateful that you had it, and then don't be attached to it. Let go of it. Let your experiences just come and go, whatever form they may be. Don't be so specific about your desires, because I think that's what leads to suffering, is because people are too attached to their own idea of what happiness is, that they can't actually just be happy. And once you're actually happy, then life will start to reveal its self to you, because you are happy. Like, because people will get what they believe they deserve. And here's one reason why you should feel good. Because at a spiritual level, there's a part of your soul and a part of your mind that will never be corrupted, that will never be evil, that will never be condemned. No matter how evil you are, no matter what you do, there's a part of you that will always remain pure and innocent, that always deserves the best. And that's called the Spirit of God. And that part of you, no matter what crime you may do in society, whatever crime you feel like you've done in your past and that only you know about yourself, like if you've done something wrong, and we all have, you know, we've all done something that we believe is wrong. So basically, there's a small part of our spirit that is pure and innocent and will always remain pure and innocent, because the past will be irrelevant. So we have to grow we have to grow our spirit and lessen our mind. So there's three levels. There's mind, soul, and spirit. So we need to crush our mind and expand our spirit, rather than expand our mind and crush our spirit. Does that make sense? So our mind, we think we can feel good if we follow society's rules or follow trends, or, you know, what's that called? What is that called? Help me think. Validation, that's it. Social validation. Our mind, for some reason, we seek social validation, okay? And whether this be through different religions, different communities, different governments, throughout history, you could see that people have always looked for social validation to feel like they belong in their society. So I'll say that's level 1, feeling good, doing right and wrong, okay? So you're in your society, you know, you follow your religious laws, your religious rules, your government laws, your government rules. If you break a government law, you're going to feel guilty and you're going to feel condemned because you're living in your mind. Or if, like, because there's a lot of laws, like there's so many laws that everybody's broken a law in their country. I can guarantee you it. There's so many fucking rules. They could throw you away if they want to. They could throw away anybody they want to. Like, there's so many fucking rules. There's even rules for the rules. Like, it's so stupid. Well, stupid, primitive, okay? So, okay, but I guess it's needed for primitive people, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but it's true. So, level 1 is mine. It's based off society and rules, and in order to feel good, you feel like you have to deserve it, right? So you feel like you have to contribute and be a good part of society, be a good citizen, follow the rules, and you know, honestly, I'm not going to tell you to break rules or to keep rules in society, but this would be level 2. It's called the golden rule: treat others the way you want to be treated. And this is your soul level goodness, or how to feel good at the soul level. So basically, just treat others the way you want to be treated, and anybody that tells you differently. Like, let's say I believe personally that marijuana is good for you, or it's bad for you. Personally, I believe it's good and bad, but that's besides the point. Let's just say I believe it's good for you. And now I'm going around selling it to people, which I'm not, but let's say I am. Let's say I'm going around selling marijuana to people. Now, the federal government says that's illegal, okay? And that I can't do that. But at a soul level, I'm like, well, that's the way I want to be treated because I believe it's good, so I think that's okay. I'll do that for myself, you know, or I just give it away, you know. Whatever I believe is good for myself, I would do for others. Basically, you treat life like a mirror, and I say that's soul level. You can either condemn people or you can forgive people. And whatever you believe you deserve at a soul level, you'll receive at a soul level, okay? So now we go to the spirit, and this is the part of your being that will always remain pure and innocent, no matter what you do. Some people would call it grace, innocence, but it's forever. There's nothing you can do. There's a part of your spirit, or part of your being, your soul, that will remain pure forever, no matter what you do. It'll remain innocent. You cannot make God ever feel condemned, ever. There's nothing you can do. And God lives in all of us. He lives right here. Okay, and then there's a small part in you, a little tiny seed. Some people grow it, and other people, they keep it hidden. But there's a small part of you that will always remain innocent no matter what you do. So you don't even need to be forgiven. You don't need to be condemned. So this is the part we should grow. So I personally believe if we focus on this part of ourselves, this purity. When I say purity, I don't mean like goodness, like right and wrong. And also at a mind and a soul level, when truth and lies, it can mean different things for different societies, right? And different souls, truth and lies, or good and evil. So truth and lies, good and evil. So at a spirit level, all this stuff is kind of, I wouldn't say nonsense, but it's almost irrelevant. I would say it pretty much is irrelevant. So when you're living in the spirit, basically, you know you're innocent. You're not concerned with what's true and what's false. You're not concerned with what's good and what's wrong. You are in this present moment, and you're just literally focused on basically this pureness of that's inside your heart. And you're basically like, it's like you're like, it's like a seed, right? And like you focusing your third eye or your attention or your awareness on it, you're focusing this energy of love, or you're nurturing the seed in your heart, and it's sprouting, and your brain is like a tree, right? And the reality is like fruit. And I'm going to show you guys a picture, kind of what I mean later. I'm also going to attach something I came across today as I was writing for this video, and when I was speaking out loud. It's kind of interesting. So basically what happened was, I'll put it in the video. I was walking, and I was thinking out loud, and I said, you don't have to be specific about what you want to manifest or something, because once you're feeling good, the right things will just manifest anyway, or something like that. Like, don't be so specific about what you want in your life. Just kind of, because good things will come. Just like, the spirit in you knows what's best for you before you even know, before your soul or mind even knows what's best for you. Does that make sense? Like, so when you're feeling good and you're feeling like you're in the spirit, things will just happen. You don't have to be so specific. You don't have to be so like a control freak, like and so detailed about everything. Like, that's what I have such a big problem with the law of attraction with people. A lot of people think, you know, like, be super specific about what you want in your life. Like, yes and no. Like, it kind of just depends on I guess what you define as your life, right? But it's the law of integrity to yourself, really. So hold on. Whatever, fucking flies. Okay. So right now, for example, I'm feeling uncomfortable inside my chest. And since I'm feeling uncomfortable, I'm manifesting bugs that are crawling on me, and I'm getting annoyed, and I'm like fucking up the camera. So basically, once you focus on inner peace, or I guess like inner peace, like you focus on the ecstasy that comes from within. Like, literally, just remember the best feeling like you've ever had in your life. Just the feeling, and not so much the experience that made that feeling happen, but just the feeling itself. What I like to do is I like to imagine myself floating in empty space, like with nothing around me, just like you're up there in the sky. There's no stars, nothing around you. You're just you and your body. It's just you and your body. What you need to do is you need to focus on your heart. You need to focus on feeling ecstasy, like, you know, I say the pills, ecstasy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it's not even, I wouldn't even say it's an emotion. I say it's like a spiritual ecstasy. It's like, it's the natural ecstasy that happens when you become spiritually fulfilled or enlightened. And this can manifest. So like right now I'm homeless, but I can be really happy if I want to be. Right now I have some conflict going on in my life, as you can see. But you know, I have a mission right now. Fucking flies. Okay. God, I'm just like getting bit up by mosquitoes, and these flies are all over me. Like, okay, so this is a perfect example. Like, okay, you notice, like, if you drive, right, and you're late to work, you notice you catch every fucking red light. It's because you're feeling angry inside. It's like, we need to learn how to process our negative emotions, so to speak. And then, so like, let's say the problem is a negative emotion like anger, okay? And there is times when it's okay to be angry for the right reasons. But a lot of people, they're addicted to anger. Because it's all they know, it's all they remember. Kind of like they've seen their parents have anger, or their friends have anger. They thought anger is cool, or anger is the way to get things in their life. But yeah, so I think we need to figure out, okay, so if our problem is a negative emotion, then maybe we should learn how to, the solution would be to focus on the other side of that emotion, right? To understand why we're having the emotion in the first place. Realize emotion is just energy anyway, so emotion is neutral, actually. Just don't put your actions behind your emotions and you're fine if they're negative. Only put your actions behind your positive emotions so you can have a positive life, because people that put their actions behind negative emotions have negative outcomes. People that put action behind positive emotions have positive outcomes. That's just the way life is. It's called consequence, at least in this realm. Okay, so So basically, like, let's say you want something specific in your life, what's like your what's the thing you want the most in the world? I'll give you 10 seconds. Okay. You guys came up with something, right? For me, it's true love, okay? Whatever that means. And I was taught that as a kid. Like, I think, like, maybe Titanic, watching that movie, like, that's always something kind of I wanted. I don't know if, like, you know, it's something I wanted or if that's something that society taught me I wanted, but that's something I really want, right? Okay. Other people may have other desires, you know, like, you know, I want a house or a family, or I want to be famous, whatever. So you're stuck in that energy of not having things. You're basically saying to yourself, well, I'm not good enough in this moment, so therefore I'm not good enough. I don't deserve this, or, you know, like, just basically, you basically feel like it's not possible for you. It could be, and it's because you're being too specific about your desires. Like the only thing that you need to focus on is just feeling good inside. I'm being dead serious about this. Like, yes, you still want to plan and execute your life, like, the way you need to maintain this this feeling, right? But at a certain level, I think once you master yourself, you learn how to. It's like a muscle, right? So you build it up, and let's say you build up ecstasy in your spirit, and you keep working on it, and you keep working on it, and you keep working on it. I'm telling you, your whole this bubble that's around your head that you call life, it'll change when you focus on the feeling of ecstasy in your heart. And the only way you're going to feel ecstasy in your heart is when you feel pure and innocent. That's why most children, besides the crying, they're really, really happy for the most part, you know. They're very joyful, and things just happen. Okay, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to attach a story to it and what happened earlier today, and I will tell you guys a quote and a song. Okay. Bye. As soon as I was talking out loud saying, don't get attached to the desires that Nirvana manifests for you, I saw this right on the sidewalk. Okay, so here's the picture of the tree of life. This is how I see people, including myself. So you have the living seed, source, truth, grace, heart, spirit, right here in the middle. This is your heart. People say heart chakra, whatever. I personally don't really care for the term chakras, just because they've been overused and they've been kind of like a way to sell books and shit. So this is my understanding anyway. So we have the source here in our heart, and then the trunk is faith in source, and it's freedom and inner peace, and it's our soul. And I would say it's the way we express ourselves. That's why it should be very strong, you know, like a tree trunk, you know. So this is the trunk, this is the seed, and I'll go to the roots before I go up. So the roots are going to be trust in source with patience and gratitude. It's very important to have roots, or else the tree will what? It will fall. So, and trust is built off what? Experience. So with experience, you need patience through time, and you need gratitude so you can remember those experiences, correct? Correct. Okay, so let's move up. Now we have our branches. Those are our beliefs, and those could be joy. So we go from truth and grace means like unconditional love, or you could call it innocence or nirvana, just that feeling of ecstasy, where you know you're loved by source, and you can express that love through you, and like you just feel in love with everything. I don't know how to explain it in words. Words are too cheap to use, so it's something you're gonna have to discover yourself, but you'll feel it. You'll know it when you feel it. Okay, so we go up. the branches are beliefs, and that's joy. And then and our leaves are thoughts and pleasure. So, and then let's see, the good fruit is reality with into faith and source gives birth into reality. So we don't water our reality, we water our seed, and we let reality take care of itself. Does that make sense? So we kind of let go of it like a tree. Like, this is what we consider outside of ourselves, even though it comes from us, it drops from us, like we're the father of our reality, basically. Like, we're source, this is also source, but we need to let source express itself as it wants and not be attached to it, so it can grow into a beautiful tree as well. Does that make sense? So it's not really our thoughts that necessarily create our reality, it's the seed. It's what it's faith and source. You're not putting your faith in the leaves, are you? If you watered the leaves, do you water the leaves? No, you water the seed, and the seed is in the good soil. And there's something called the parable of the sower. You should look it up. That basically describes this. So a lot of people, what's wrong with society today is they think reality creates pleasure, which creates joy, which creates freedom and inner peace, which creates truth and grace, or love. And it's actually, that's backwards. That's consumer mentality. That's why there's so many gluttonous people and fat people. And I'm sorry if you're obese or overweight. I'm actually overweight, and I'll admit it. And I've had my fair share of gluttony. And gluttony can come in all forms. You know, you could be addicted to social media, porn, watching TV. Basically anything that's life negative is an addiction, and anything that's life positive, you're enthusiastic. So anything you're enthusiastic about, that's okay. Just don't get too attached to your own fruit. Does that make sense? So yes, so backwards, it's we have truth and grace. Okay, that creates freedom and inner peace, which creates joy, which creates pleasure, which creates reality. So it's backwards. This is the truth. Okay, bye. Here's a story that I made. I would guess I would call it The Children in the Mystical Forest or something. Okay, so there were children in a mystical forest. They ate, had fun, and everything was beautiful and amazing. One day, an apple fell from the sky, and it was the most beautiful thing they had ever discovered yet. So they shared the apple, and they felt the best they've ever felt in their entire life. All of a sudden, the rest of the mystical forest didn't seem so appealing to them anymore. They started to look for this apple, and it had become their mission in life. They were so attached to this experience of that apple that they started feeling sad. One day, the master of the heavens dropped a note and said, "Psst, the seed from which the apple fell is in your heart." Astonished, they said, "Never again will we be attached to one fruit," because now they know that they are the seed to a forest of new variety. Okay, that's it. Alright, the song for this video is going to be Everybody's Free by Rozalla, and the quote is going to be by Jesus Christ in the Bible, John 4:14. But whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water, welling up into eternal life. Okay. Bye, guys.